Okay, remember that large fuel tank I spoke about? 6.1 gallons, 275 miles to the tank or so. This is where that will come in handy, because I don't know if this is the correct road. There are fresher tracks on here, but some people had some ATVs back there. And I don't know if it's open all the way through. Could be closed, locked for the season or something like that. So this is where fuel capacity is mandatory for adventure riding. We'll see how it works out. Feeling better about the road. Well, it's gonna be a long time till I know. You know, I've got to say the KLR is a really good bike for this type of thing. I mean, you're not gonna go dirt bike fast, but it's comfortable. The suspension on the new 2008 model is, the rear set too soft. The comfort, and once again the easy steering on this stuff, changing lines with the bike with dual sport tires, it shouldn't be this easy. And a lot of riders, they hate weight. Even if it's manageable, they just don't like the feel of a bigger bike, a heavier bike, and it makes them afraid to the point they don't ride it. You know, if you ride with fear, you shouldn't be riding. So if you ride with intrepidation, off-road adventuring, you shouldn't be doing that either. And the KLR makes that all a lot nicer and easier to live with. The big 1000cc bikes are not going to stop quick when you have a sudden cross, rut, mud puddle, and just more of a dirt bike feel, which to me is a lot of fun. In this forest, of course, like most animals. Fun section for cars, slippery, muddy. But a bike, I don't want to go off that side, so I'm going down into the rut. I have a saying off-road that I remind myself of quite often. And that's, I start singing to myself, ruts can be our friend, because not all ruts will mess you up. Back there, I had the choice. Stay on the top part of the berm. If I went off to the right, I was going to fall. If I went into the rut, it was wide and it ran out to the bottom. So it was like having a natural place to guide me to the bottom. Easy decision, but people are too afraid of ruts. So some slightly technical riding, and I love it. But I still don't know if I'll be able to come out at the other end. I believe IMS makes some foot pegs. They fit all the older KLRs, and I think they fit the new one as well. So if you're going to do that, that's certainly something to look into. We would certainly do it, because we're always going to be off-road if we can. Beautiful scenery, taking it easy, kind of hoping my soles of my boots dry a little bit so I have some resemblance of traction on the foot pegs. The other thing I want to show you is we have a problem with the KLR kickstand. Here's level ground, basically here. And the KLR goes to level. So if we do something, touch something, we're going to lose a bike. We keep having to roll backwards, and this goes for pavement as well. We keep having to roll it back, put this on a downhill side, because it's not short enough. Kickstand is ever too long, just barely. It makes a difference, and we wanted to point it out because we wish it was just a little shorter. Would solve all the problems. We're going to continue on. These Cortec gloves, wow, they still look brand new after all that. Vented on top, hard armor, short. This material breathes when it's not behind this. So nice, good feel of the controls. Really quite happy. When I first put them on, didn't feel good around here, but they broke in very quickly and very nice. I've been riding for what seems like forever since you last joined me, but I still have 4 miles to go to that next junction. Kind of anxious to make a little better time if given the opportunity, but until this road here, that was not the case. More mud bogs and stuff, kind of fun. It's opening up a little bit now, but ruts and rocks will still be here, so you can't overdo it. Well, near the end of the day, as the sun begins to set over my left shoulder, temperatures are dropping really quick, getting cold quick, as opposed to the incredibly warm temperatures we experienced all day long. It's been a great ride. Once again, the KLR has not missed a beat whatsoever. Did everything asked of it, did it quite well. So as we pile on the miles, the KLR is standing up to all the abuse we've given it so far, and there's more to come. So until tomorrow, almost to our final destination for the day. The Holiday Inn Express, Fortuna, California. It's day 4. We're headed somewhere that only locals really know about. The tourists wouldn't normally find this little area. And we'll see if we can get up there. Once again, this is the kind of back road exploring, riding, cruising that the KLR does excel at. Seeing as how it's day 4, I think it's time to give you some ratings and overall evaluation of the KLR. First, we got to say the KLR is just an easygoing bike. It's not gonna give you, quick hitting, fast power. It's just mellow, smooth, and reliable. Easy to control, enjoyable. The Go Fast rider who's looking for the fastest thing he can get his hands on and go trail riding with it, nah, it's probably not the bike. It's more for the more casual type of ride, although it keeps surprising us off-road, at least on dirt road type situations. So some ratings here. Engine performance, 1 to 10 is our rating scale on Motorsports Network. We'd give the engine for power about a 7. For smoothest and overall usability, 8.5 or so. Suspension on the pavement, we'd have to give it about an 8.5. Very good, actually. Good controlled ride. Off-road, it's gonna have to drop down a bit. 8, 7.5, just because of the big hit type of situations. The bike's overall size is part of that. Now our ratings are for not against any bike we've ever ridden. Our ratings are for a bike of this type used for what it was meant to be used for. So just to give you a little insight into the rating scale, it's for the type of motorcycle. Now, brakes on the pavement, we're going to have to give it about a 7. Off highway and dirt conditions, we'd raise the brakes up to about an 8. It's got plenty of power for the off-road. It doesn't have the stopping ability we were hoping for on the pavement. It's got a new brake disc, but that's not enough. Handling on the pavement, we're going to have to give that a 8.5, with the caveat that the handling is very good. For a fast rider, like when we were riding along Highway 1, the limiting factor is the type of tire it has. You get to a point where it's like, yeah, I could go faster, but I'm about on the edge of traction for these tires. And that is the limiting factor. But very good handling. Off-road, once again, Steering's wonderful off-road, easy to change lines even with these supposedly limiting tires, but they work so well off-road. So handling off-road, we're going to give it an 8 or maybe even above. Surprisingly good. Comfort on the highway, comfort is very good. We're going to give it an 8.5 to 9 with one caveat, and that is the new seat. While the new seat's wide, stiff enough to hold up for long rides, it actually around town and on local rides, it'll last 3 hours no problem without making you sore, which is very good. It's better than most street bikes nowadays. But for the touring type situation that Kawasaki boasts about in their own materials, the seat gets to you after so many hours, and then it's tough to live with. A lot of squirming around. You know, there are worse, but there are certainly better. I believe the old seat was far superior to long range comfort over the new one. So it's very, very good comfort on the street, except after 3 hours or so, the seat starts getting to you, and then it's hard to live with. And 3 hours in the saddle one time is still better than a majority of motorcycles on the market. Comfort off-road, we're going to boost that up to a 9. Situations like this, all day, when you're moving around on the seat, it lasts longer as far as the comfort level. And leg position, wide bars, easy steering, comfort off-road is just really, really good. The gauges, big step up over the previous KLR. Pretty compact, centered, easy to view. We like it a lot. Windshield, I'm sorry, they could have done better. We tried to get the aftermarket Kawasaki windshield for this ride, but it was back ordered. It's just a bit too noisy with the wind hitting the wrong level of the rider. So we'd actually want something maybe shorter, something with the lip, or what we would probably put on there and leave on there is a tall windshield. And the one that we saw a small picture of looked to be very nice from Kawasaki, though we haven't evaluated it, though we would love to. So there you go. The Kawasaki has been really great to live with. It has not missed a single heartbeat. It has started, ran, never a sense of overheating, just nothing. So a steady friend is the way the KLR feels for whatever you're going to do. And look at the beauty I'm in right now, the fun I can have, breaking the back end loose a little bit. You know, we do like that the engine certainly has more top end grunt than before. Low and mid-range are similar, maybe a little bit more. Once again, we love the steering. The easy steering just makes life nice. And it'll get down a paved road quite well. It'll get down a dirt road really well. And unlike the bigger bikes, you know, the 1000cc adventure bikes and so forth, you can get the KLR stopped pretty darn well, which allows you to ride it in a much more fun way. So covering ground, any type of ground virtually, on the KLR 650 is a blast. And we'll see how it does with cows right here. Hi, Mr. Bull. Good to know you. At least we don't have the bull to worry about.
Accommodations while in the Fort Bragg, Northern California coast area provided by the motorcycle-friendly Surf and Sand Lodge. Check them out. Accommodations while in the Eureka, Northern California coast area provided by Holiday Inn Express, Fortuna, California. Gateway to the Redwoods, this hotel offers a step up in comfort for a very relaxing stay.